Yeah. In this prison. Rhymes with Robert Redford. My God, what a scum. It's a scum. I'm trying to think of the right words to say about this jail. I've never been in the more grottiest, scummiest, grimiest. It was the worst prison I've ever been in. I mean, I was there for 6 months and we didn't get a kit change. This ain't an exaggeration. For 6 months, there was no kit change for anyone. Anyone. Everyone's going, what? Prisoners moaning about not getting clean sheets and socks and boxers. Yeah. We weren't getting clean boxers, we weren't getting clean socks, and we weren't getting clean anything. Nobody was. It was disgusting. And the spice, the level of spice, I've never seen anything like it with a spice in my life. That's a whole nother story. This made Pentonville look like the Hilton. I've never been in Hilton. Made Pentonville look like a travel lodge. Or look like one of those hotels down Rockford Road. But anyway, I mean, this was just before the smoking ban coming as well, yeah. And when we left, Jesse, just after I left, just after I got shipped out, I went somewhere else and sure I ended up at the Scrubs from court, but there was a riot just after we left, so this was over the conditions in the jail and whatever. Yeah. Yeah. This is a sad story. I mean, it just shows you how bad this place was. I mean, this immigrant. I'm sure he was Romanian. He was Romanian. Got in debt with Burn. Yeah, a quarter of Burn. Yeah, you know, get an half-ounce pack, which ain't really a half-ounce pack. You get a 12.5 gram, cut it in half. That's a quarter. If you tick a quarter, the next week you got to double it, and that's what you got to pay back. So you got to pay back double what you get, which is fair enough. Yeah. If you don't pay it, it gets doubled every week, which again is fair enough. I mean, if you want, everyone knows the rules. You got to, if you tick it, you pay it back the next week. I mean, listen, some people don't, yeah. But in reality, if you can't pay a tenner 1 week, how are you going to afford to pay a scorer next week? If you can't afford to pay the tenner 1 week, so some people, the people that you owe money to, sort of just lose their heads and just keep doubling it and thinking like, but they don't think how's he actually going to pay this money. But anyway, if this is what happened to this Romanian, he got in debt with a quarter, which would have cost, I can't even remember, £5 or something. So we would owe the tenner. Couldn't pay. Double. I don't know how much it doubled to. But it turned into like this the person he owed the money to was just bullying him every single week. I mean, it would get to the stage where this person paid it off eventually. So he didn't even know it. But the person was still taking his canteen off him every week. So you go in there and like, yeah, boom, 20, 30 quid worth of canteen, I'm having that. Next week, 20, 30 quid. This Romanian, he just went for a bad patch, yeah? Couldn't pay, whatever. Deserved a slap, maybe. May have had it doubled a couple of times, but he paid it off. He eventually paid it. But it didn't matter. This person was taking his stuff off him every single week. Then he took his trainers off him. You know, these trainers were definitely worth 120s all day long. Took them off him. All over a £5 bit of tobacco. When I say burn, I mean tobacco. this Romanian actually went to the screws. Like, I went to the screws. Listen, I'm getting tormented. Like, I'm getting bullied for all my stuff every single week. Told him it was, which is wrong. Like, that's wrong. He was getting terrorised. He couldn't talk English. You know, and grassing's never right, is it? But the screws did know about it, and they didn't do nothing. They just let it carry on. I mean, that's what I'm saying about this jail, man. And yeah. Eventually, this Romanian, his little Romanian pals ended up telling the screws, said, "Listen, we think he's going to do something because he's getting his stuff taken off him every week." Again, the screws didn't do nothing. Didn't even say nothing to the person that was doing it. Nothing. Anyway, we come out. Eventually, we're getting unlocked for social one day. Without for what, 30 seconds. Everyone onto the exercise yard. Alarm's going off. Go on the exercise. It's a boiling hot day. Lovely. There's been an incident on the wing. We don't know what it is. We just know we're out on the exercise yard in the sun, you know. Me and my pals walking around the yard, sharing a rice a rice joint. God, mate, it's easy to get sucked into that when you're there, especially in this jail, man. But anyway, half hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. What the hell's going on here? Like, but you're not thinking too much about it. We're on the yard. Eventually, it's trickling down that someone's committed suicide on the wing, isn't it? Yeah, or someone's hung themselves. Screw's gone, as he's opening round, he's opened up this Romanian cell. Romanian's hanging from the, so you've opened up the door. Directly in front of the screw, there would have been a window, like you'd have walked in the cell, window at the back wall. Romanian's hanging off the window. No, sorry, he's hanging off the bed. Hanging off the window, hanging off the bed. Hung himself top of the top bunk. He's also jugular, wrists, and the vein in your groin, the artery in your groin. Done all three. He was serious. We was on the yard. Eventually we seen him get taken off. We didn't even know he was dead at this point, but well, we all knew, but the screws weren't saying. We see him in the background, sheets over him. He was on the wing for hours anyway. I mean, he was obviously dead when I opened the door. But all over a £5 bit of tobacco. Jail is not easy. Do not believe anything you read about it. It's a horrible place to be. These sort of things happen on a regular occurrence.